Okay, welcome everybody. We're here at Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness for Moderate Flow Yoga. It is Friday morning, August 28th, just about 9 o'clock. So we're going to get going with our hour-long flow. And I was just mentioning to those of you that are on live with me right now, we don't need anything special today, but if you want to have any props to practice with, blocks, bolsters, anything you like to use, you can gather those up. And we're going to start seated. So you guys can come into a seated position, and I'll check in with you at the end if you're here live. And if you're watching this later, I'm so glad that you're able to join us. So let's get started. Okay, so you guys can come into a comfortable seat, and we'll begin with a meditation and centering today. So just coming into crossed legs, letting your hands come onto your lap, just like you're familiar with. So it's a typical centering that you might have practiced with me before. So hands on the lap, and just taking some time to find your center of gravity. So shifting the weight, maybe side to side or forward and back. And just beginning to notice how you're feeling in your body right now. How your legs feel. How the shoulders feel, the neck, the upper back, the heart, the chest. And then starting to settle into a still place to sit. So finding that seated position where you feel most aligned, where you can access the most amount of space and length in your body. And so when you're ready, take a deep breath in and full breath out. Using that three-part breath you're familiar with, fill the lowest part of the body, the belly, then the middle section of the ribs and the upper part of the chest. And exhale, release the chest, release the ribs, release the low belly. Take that Dirga three-part breath a few more times, using that breath as a tool to help center your mind and center your body, and allow you to become most present in this moment right here and right now. As you're breathing in and out through the nose, you're welcome to invite in an Ujjayi breath, or ocean sounding breath, if you're familiar with that. So there's a slight narrowing or constriction of the back of the throat that creates that ocean wave of a sound. Almost that sensation of fogging a mirror with your breath, that sound in the back of the throat, but through closed lips. So as you inhale, you'll feel the breath drag up the back of the throat. And as you exhale, the breath drags back down the back of the throat. And continuing that at your own pace. And if it's comfortable for you, we'll start to experiment with just a brief pause at the top and at the bottom of the breath. So as you breathe in, let's see if we can breathe in for the count of 5. So deep inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, deep breath in. Pause. Exhale when you're ready. Empty all the breath out and pause. Do that again at your own pace. So the pacing might be faster or slower depending on what's comfortable in your own body. So the length of the inhale or the exhale or the pause could be quicker or shorter. But seeing if you could consciously slow the breath down. So take in a deeper, fuller inhale. Have that moment where you hover or suspend the breath at the top. And as you exhale, a slower, more complete out breath, suspending the breath out at the bottom. And then after you've taken a few rounds of that, let the breath come in a little more naturally. So just a nice, easy sip in of the breath after you've completed a round or so of that pausing with the breath. Deep inhale. And exhale through your mouth when you're ready. Just a couple rounds of a letting go breath to release that last pranayama or breathing exercise we did. So a deep inhale through the nose. And a gentle sigh through the mouth. And one more time at your own pace, breathing in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And the next time that you breathe in, just let your hands connect in front of your heart. Let your palms meet in a prayer position or Anjali Mudra, and let your head bow to yourself. And take a moment to come into intention for this morning's practice. So focusing on whatever it is that you might want to invite into your practice physically, mentally, or emotionally, whatever you might want to strengthen or place your awareness on today. And then the next time that you breathe in, slide your hands to the ceiling. You can lengthen the arms, lift the face, open the eyes. Exhale, open the arms wide. Bring your chin to your chest, your fingertips towards the ground. Do that again. Big breath in, stretch the arms out and up. And exhale, release. Good. One more time. Big breath in to lift. And full breath out to release. Let's hold the bottom of the breath so the chin is down. On an inhale, bring the right arm out to the side. Exhale it up and over to the left. Open the ribs, look up towards the ceiling. And then wrap your arm behind, so take that half bind. Turn the face down, turn the thumb down. Bring the back of the hand to the hip or the hip crease and pause. Then arm that's behind the back, stretch it above the ear again. Let the top arm pull you up and stretch up and over the other way. So open the waist, open the ribs, look up. And then when you're ready, take that top arm behind, turn your face down, turn your thumb down, let your elbow bend, let the back of the hand touch the hip or the hip crease to pause. Couple breaths. And then arm that's wrapped behind can come right above the ear again. Let the top arm pull you up, bring the chin to the chest, interlace your fingers, press your fists down so you can squeeze the backs of the shoulders together and open up the heart and look up. And exhale, release the hands, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Press into the fingertips, lift the heart up, press the pelvis forward, open up the hips if you want. You don't have to lift the hips though. And then go ahead and sit the hips back down. We'll switch the cross of our legs so you can put the other leg on top. Inhale, big sun breath out and up. And we'll just do that shoulder work. Exhale, bring the hands behind, maybe interlace the non-habitual way if you'd like to try that. And then press the fists down, squeeze the backs of the shoulders together, open the heart and chest. Exhale, release the gaze, release the hands, roll the shoulders. Press into fingertips, lift the heart, and then maybe lift the hips up. Good. Exhale, release, back down. Good, let's come to all fours. So you can come over your shins or unwind the legs. And then as you get into tabletop position, just take your hip circle. So bring your hands forward and swing the hips around in one direction. And then when the hips come to the back, swing them the other way, just to loosen up the pelvis, the hips, the thighs. And then when the hips come to the back, take a wide knee child's, touch the big toes, separate the knees, sink the hips back, belly through thighs, arms extend, forehead down. And then a little shift or sway left to right across the forehead. Good. From here with arms extended, roll through cat pose, and we'll just stay in tabletop. So bring the wrists underneath the shoulders, bring the knees under the hips, take a couple hip wags, and we'll just do a couple rounds of a cat and cow to work that flexion and extension of the spine. So draw the navel up and in, drop the tail, drop the head. Inhale, belly drops, tail lifts, heart reaches forward as you look up. And again, exhale, curl. And inhale through cow. From here, lengthen from tail to head. Extend the right leg back to three-limb table. Flex your foot and start to roll your ankle around one way. Good. Right in line with your hip. And then keeping that leg long and strong, maybe point the toe, engage the leg muscles, walk the opposite hand forward so you're just on your fingertips. And if you have your balance there, you could float your left hand off the ground. So now we're in balancing table. You could stay here, or coming with me, take a deep breath in. And exhale, knee and elbow come to belly, spine rounds like cat. Inhale, extend. You could point, flex through the foot if you'd like. And exhale, point the toe, round your back, navel up and in. You could also do this in three-legged table. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. So maybe just doing the leg or just doing the arm. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Warming up our core. Inhale, extend to pause. You're going to hold balancing table. Point your toe again if you'd like. If you want to come a little deeper, bend your knee, toe up to the ceiling. Maybe reach the left arm out to T. Maybe reach the left arm behind. And for some of you, if you want, catch your foot, but you don't have to. And if you have your foot, just float the heart open. And you're gonna balance right there. Just pause for a moment. Release the foot, release the hand, extend. And then bring the hand down and draw the knee forward right through your hands. So you could either sit on your heel or bring your knee out and your shin forward in a pigeon pose. Good. Come on the fingertips, so feel that stretch in the hip flexor, psoas. And as you exhale, bend your elbows out to the side, pour the belly down, the chest down, the head down. And then roll yourself back up. Lift the heart, lift the chest. Open up the throat, take the head back. And exhale, undulate forward. And we'll do that one more time. Roll it up. And now this time, go ahead and walk down, and we'll just hold for a couple breaths in pigeon pose. So it's our beginning of the class, so the hips might not be quite as open as they would if we did this later in class, but just taking a moment to feel your way into your hips. So either being on the hands, the forearms, or if you wanted to come deep, you could open the elbows, stack the palms or fists, but you might want to stay up a little higher to start, so you choose a few breaths. Good. And then when you're ready, you're going to walk the torso back up, frame the front leg, press down into fingertips, rise up through heart, lift the throat and face. And then release the gaze back down, plant your hands down into the ground. We're going to power this front leg up to a three-legged dog. So curl the back toes under, press into the hands and float the front leg up and back. You're going to flex through the foot. Spread the fingers wide. If this is too much, do table, three-leg table, or do down dog. Roll your right ankle around. And roll your right ankle the other way. Keep your legs straight, point your toe, lift your legs skyward so the hip opens up, but the shoulders stay square. And then maybe bend your top knee, let your foot flop back to your hip, and you could even peek underneath the right arm. Good. Pick it up high to the sky. Bring your knee into your belly for a flying plank. So we're in our moderate flow class, so getting going here with some strength. Press out through your foot, three-legged dog. Take your knee across your body to opposite elbow, point your toe. Kick back, three-legged dog. Take your knee to your outside elbow, come forward, point your toe. Kick back, three-legged dog. And now we'll step or help that leg through to the top of our mat. Good. And go ahead and soften the back knee down. You can drop that back knee. Good. Inhale, lift the arms out and up, Anjaneyasana or knee down lunge. And exhale, open the arms, touch the ground or the blocks. We're gonna keep flowing here. Pull your hips back, flex your front foot. You could use your blocks. Walk your hand back, maybe wiggle the front heel forward, lengthen your spine. And exhale, deepen your fold over that front leg. Few breaths. Good job. Roll back over the sole of the front foot, bend the knee, dip the hips, walk the hands forward. Inhale, lift the arms, Anjaneyasana again, knee down lunge. Exhale, open the arms, touch the ground or the blocks. Now we did this on Wednesday if you were with me online or at the lake. You're gonna wiggle the right foot out to the right. Take your right hand inside the right foot and either hold in this lizard variation, you could be on the ground or the blocks, or press into the left hand, lift the right arm. So it's a big twist. Yep, twist towards your front bent leg. And then here you could stay or reach back towards that back foot, or lift your back foot and maybe take a hold of it. And again, not for everybody, but if it would feel good, go for it. If you're holding the foot, release it. Lift the top arm. Bring that top arm inside your front foot. Good. Let's back out of our hips. Swing that front leg around. Let your big toes touch and take a little break in child. Sink the hips back. Good. Take a deep breath into the low back, the middle back, the upper back. And exhale, release the upper back, the middle back, the lower back. Slide your hands back underneath the shoulders. From here, press down into the hands to either roll up or lengthen up to come to sit on your heels, and we'll take a high kneel. Lift the hips, lift the arms, the knees come hip width. And exhale, open the arms, drop the chin, fingers down and elbows back. Lift your heart up to a modified version of Camel Pose or Ustrasana. Exhale, release to tabletop, all fours, and we'll do the whole thing from the top. So hands underneath the shoulders. You're in tabletop, all fours. Draw the navel up and in, drop the head, drop the tail. And then inhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the heart, look up. Do that again. Exhale, curl your spine, navel up and in, tail and head drop. Inhale, belly drops, tail lifts, heart comes forward. And then one more time, moving in and out of cat and cow. And then eventually come to just tabletop, all fours. Extend your left leg back to three-legged table. Flex your foot, roll your ankle. Good, roll your ankle the other way. Keep your leg straight, point your toe, extend the opposite arm forward, either being just on the fingertips or floating the arm up to balancing table. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, knee and elbow into belly, round your back like cat. Inhale, extend, flex through the foot, reach the opposite arm forward. Exhale, curl, round your back, navel in, elbow and knee in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend, hold there. Breathe out where you are. Point through your toe. Either stay here, take a few breaths in your balancing table, or take a little break if you want, or bend the left knee. Open the right arm to T. Maybe reach the right arm back. Maybe catch your foot. And if you have your foot, push the foot into hand, hand into foot, and float the heart forward to look up. You're gonna pause there, good job. And then if you're still holding that foot, release, three-limb table. Place your hand, or balancing table, place your hand to the mat, and then slide your knee through your hands. You're in this pigeon variation, either sitting on your heel or opening the knee and scooching the shin forward. Good, rise up tall, lift up. Exhale, undulate your spine, elbows out, belly down, chest, head relaxes. Roll up, one vertebrae at a time, head is the last to lift, to look up. And exhale, release. One more time, roll up. And exhale, walk all the way down. Come onto the hands or come onto the forearms. Take a moment just to pause, evening out the hips, pulling the left hip gently back and dropping the right hip down and forward, resting on the forearms or opening the elbows, stacking the palms or the fist. A few breaths here. Good, then when you're ready, come on up. You can walk the hands back. You can frame your front foot with the arms. Lift the heart, lift the chest, lift the throat, take the face back. And exhale, release. Here comes that big transition. So you're gonna place your weight into your hands, curl your back toes under and get ready to fly this front leg up. So back toes curled under, press into hands, float the front leg up and back. You might wanna walk the hands back a little bit, flex your foot. Roll your ankle. And you could do this in three-limbed table or you could do regular down dog right now. Roll your ankle the other way. Keep your leg straight, point your toe, lift it skyward, open up the hip, maybe bend the top knee. Let the foot flop back towards your bottom, look underneath the left arm. Kick it high to the sky. Take your knee into the belly for a flying plank, shoulders above the wrist. Kick back, three-legged dog. Take your knee across the body, point your toe, elbow to knee. Kick back, three-legged dog. And then finally take it to the outside elbow, shift forward. Kick it back, three-legged dog. And now this time we'll step or help it through to the top of the mat. And when it gets there, you can drop the back knee. Let's turn this knee down lunge. Inhale, lift the arms up. Anjaneyasana, arms like Tadasana, framing the head. Exhale, open the arms wide, touch the ground or the blocks. And then draw the hips back as you flex the front foot, walk the hands back, wiggle the heel forward, and lengthen your spine. Take a breath here. As you exhale, deepen your fold over that front leg. Few breaths. And then we'll take that again. So roll over the sole of the front foot, bend the knee, dip the hips, walk the hands forward. And if you want to lift the arms up, you can just float them out and up to rise up one more time. Release the hands back down to ground or blocks. And we'll take that big hip opener psoas stretch. So the left leg's going to come a little bit more out to the left. The left hand or block comes inside the left foot. So option one, you stay right here. It's a great place to stretch the hip. Or if you want the twist, press into the right hand or block, lift the left arm out and up. You could stay or reach the left arm back. Or even lift the right leg up and catch the foot. A few breaths. If you have the foot, release it. Lift the arm to the sky. Release the hand inside that leg. Back out of the hips. Bring the leg one more time back to meet the back leg. Big toes touch, knees widen, sink back, extended child. Maybe palms pressed together this time. Elbows could bend and forearms could fold back to the head. Breathing into the backs, the triceps. Take a deep breath in. And full breath out. When you're ready, let the arms extend. Slide your hands back near the shoulders, pressing into your hands, roll up or lengthen up to sit on your heels, knees hip width, and one more time, fly up to stand on the shins. Lift the hips, lift the arms, beautiful, good job. And exhale, open the arms. Touch your low back, chin down, elbows back, lift your heart up. And exhale, release to tabletop. Let's come to down dog, toes curl under, knees rise up, and hips press back. Good. Take a few breaths in your dog. You could either be still, or if you like to pedal it out, you could start to press one heel and the other heel. Good. Take another deep breath, maybe finding that ujjayi breath, that whispering ocean sound of the breath. Creating a more audible inhale and exhale in and out through the nose.
calming the body, increasing your focus and awareness. And then from your down dog, we're going to come to the top of the mat. So you could either take little baby steps, one big step and another big step, or hop up, however you want to come forward. And then lengthen. Inhale, bring hands to shins, pull the head away from the hips. And exhale, a deep fold over the legs. You're going to pause there. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen your spine, pull the head away from your hips. And exhale, deepen your fold. One more time, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, deepen, soften your knees. Reverse swan dive with bent knees. Inhale, fly up, press down into your feet. Good, let your palms touch above your head. And slide your hands to heart center, to prayer position, Anjali Mudra, and come back to any intention you are focusing on today. Breathing that in. And exhale, release your arms. Let's step up to the top of our mats. If you're not already there, take a big sun breath. Good. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lengthen, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana, hands to shins. Exhale, deep fold. Step your right leg back to a low lunge, and then step your left leg back to plank. And hold your plank pose. Press out through your head, press out through your heel, long spine, deep breath. As you exhale, release the knees, lift the tail, lift the heart, look forward like cow. And then lower knees, chest, and chin. Point the elbows back if you can. You're going to keep the hips high. Press through to cobra. Unravel the body. Uncurl the toes. Lift. Exhale, back to your belly. Press into the hands, up to tabletop. And then curl toes under downward dog. Inhale, rise up on the balls of the feet. Lift your heels. Exhale, drop the right heel, bend the left knee, look underneath the right arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, switch. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, both your heels drop on, and in breath, float the right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale to step or help the right leg through to the top of your mat. Hands on the ground or the blocks, we're going to stay. Soften the back knee, lift the heart, breathe in, look up. And exhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs, head towards shin. Again, bend the knees. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs, head to shin. One more time, bend the knees. And lift the hips. This time, bend the front knee, keep the back leg straight, come high on the fingertips, and lift the arms to your high lunge, your crescent lunge. Good, press down into the feet to keep your balance. Take a deep breath. And exhale, open the arms behind you, either shoulder width, or interlace your fingers, press the fist down, snuzzle the backs of the shoulders together, press the fist towards your heels, and just pause. Take a deep inhale, and full exhale. Release your hands, toss them up in the air above the head, straighten the front leg. Spin the back heel down, open your body to warrior two. So front knee bent, making sure that knee is tracking right above the ankle, hooking out over the front middle finger. Take a deep inhale, and full exhale. Good, from warrior two, release your arms down, bring your right arm under your left arm, that's the same arm as the bent knee, and come to eagle arms right in front of the heart. So you could have some space or close the gap, touch your palms or your thumb, bend the front knee, and then look at your forearms. So instead of craning the neck over the knee, just look at your forearms. Keep that front knee bent, take a breath here. And then unravel the arms, take them out to warrior two, look out over your front middle finger. On an inhale, straighten the front leg, reverse triangle, dance back. From here, open arms to shoulder height. Keep the legs straight, slide the arms forward and the hips back. Good, and come to triangle, so the legs are straight. The front hand to the shin, the ankle or the ground. If you're going to the ground, you might want to put the hand behind the shin, so it's helping to bring the torso above the leg. You could also do this with a block. And you'll look up. Few breaths. From triangle, top arm picks you up, bend the front knee, reverse warrior, dance back. Inhale, open arms shoulder height.
And then exhale, toes forward, heels back. So parallel feet, good. Lift your arms up. And exhale, swan dive, either halfway to catch the legs or all the way to touch the ground. And as you get into forward fold, arms could hang off the shoulders or they could stretch forward like a down dog. Or if there's another variation you prefer, feel free to take that few breaths here. Good. Then when you're ready, bring your hands back underneath the shoulders. Bend your knees. Place your hands on top of your thighs. Press down into the thighs to lengthen your head away from your hips. Good. All the way up. That's right. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, open the arms to shoulder height. Good. Spin your front foot forward, your right foot, your original front foot you were working with. Bend the right knee, warrior two. Look out over your front fingers. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, excuse me, slowly cartwheel down. Front arm, pivot on ball of back foot to hold. We're gonna take a standing balance here. So from here, walk the hands or the blocks a little further forward, scooch the foot in a little bit, and then come to a supported warrior three. So you're gonna lift the left leg. So you might wanna have your hands on the blocks or not. You could be on your fingertips. So this is option one, is to stay here in supported warrior three, or even test your balance, but we're about to come into another pose from here. So from warrior three, take the right hand or block right in front of the face, open the left hip, flex your foot, and then if you feel okay, bring your left hand to your left hip. If you feel okay from there, lift the left arm. I'm going to give you one more option here. You could bend the knee and point the toe. It's a little different. If I fall over, I'll try to come back up. And then if you wanted to, you could catch that top foot. If you have the foot, release it. Come back to supported warrior three. Good. Let's step it back to our crescent lunge one more time. So bend the knee, come on the ball of the foot. Lift the arms up, inhale, and exhale, swan dive. Step the front leg back to meet the back leg, coming into plank or modified plank. Lower chaturanga or knees, chest and chin, elbows back. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Good. Let's take just a few breaths in our down dog to use this as a rest. If you want to come into a deeper rest, you could drop the knees to the ground and be in puppy pose or child's. Couple breaths here. And then from your down dog, look between your hands. Either walk, step, or bend the knees and hop forward. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Come on to shins or fingertips. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. And exhale, hands to prayer. Close your eyes. And just take a moment to reacclimate to standing upright. We'll hold here for a couple breaths. So just noticing the rhythm of your breath, the sensation or feelings in your body, the beating of your heart. And remembering whatever it is that you're inviting in today, how do you want to feel this morning as you transition off your mat? What do you want to carry with you? How do you want to show up for yourself, for others? Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, release your arms. Let's do the whole thing on the other side. So get near the top of the mat if you're not there already. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Exhale, deep fold. Good. Left leg steps back to low lunge. Right leg meets it in plank. Holding your plank. Either drop your knees to come through knees, chest, and chin, or glide forward an inch. Point the elbows back, hover, or come to belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, calf press, heels rise. Exhale, left heel drops, right knee bends, look underneath left armpit. Inhale, rise. Exhale, switch.
Good, inhale, rise. Exhale, both your heels drop, and like we did on the other side, float the left leg up to three-legged dog. Step or help it through. So if it gets stuck halfway, just put it halfway. You could drop the back knee, you could pull it through. So however you can get it through is fine. Come on your fingertips, hold. And then soften the back knee, lift the heart forward, look up. And exhale, lift the hips straight and the legs head to shin. And then keep going. So I know that this is more vigorous than what we usually practice on Monday or Wednesday. So Fridays are moderate flow. We're just kicking it up a notch, inviting in some more intermediate or vigorous poses just to challenge our strength, our balance, our flexibility, but taking it at whatever pace that you want. Bend the front knee right above the front ankle. Come on, the ball of the back foot, lift the heart off the thigh, hold. And then inhale your crescent lunge. Lift your arms. Take a breath here. Float the arms behind you, shoulder width, like you're gonna hold a ball behind your back, or interlace your fingers and press those interlaced hands back towards your heel to help float the heart open. Press out through the back heel, straighten the back leg, and then release that. Inhale, arms above your head. Keep breathing here. The next time that you breathe in, straighten your front leg, and then open up to warrior two. The back heel spins down, you rearrange your feet, open the arms shoulder height. And you can look out over the front middle finger to start. Take a deep breath. And then release your hands down in front of the body. Bring the left arm under, the right arm on top. Bend your elbows. You're catching underneath the right arm. And then touch your thumb or your palms. And you can look right at your forearms here. So bend the knee. Keep the elbows in line with the shoulders. You're doing great. Good. Big breath. And then release your arms out to warrior two. You could look back over your front middle finger. And straighten the front leg for a little break. Dance up and back over the back leg. Look up. And then open arms, shoulder height. Legs are straight right now. Coming into triangle, the hips go back, the arms slide forward. The front hand comes to the shin, the ankle, or the ground. The top arm lifts in triangle pose, Trikonasana, to look up. Couple breaths. Good. And then from triangle at the top, arm pull you up, bend the front knee, dance your body back, open the ribs. Open the arms shoulder height. Turn your toes forward, your heels back, and bring the wrists right above your ankles. Lift your arms up. And exhale, dive halfway to touch the legs or all the way to touch the ground. When you get into that deep fold, arms could stay or they could stretch forward like dog. They could also reach through the legs and you can let the head drop down. So this is a little rest here. So taking this time just to come into this simple wide-legged forward fold and sending the breath into any area that needs it most. The backs of the legs, the back body, the shoulders. Resting for a moment. And then when you're ready, let the arms drape back underneath the shoulders if they found a different place to land. Bend your knees, bring your hands onto your thighs, press off the thighs, lengthen your spine. Come all the way up to stand, big sun breath, good, lift up. And exhale, arms shoulder height to pause. Good, spin the front foot forward. So your left foot, bend your left knee. Look out over your left fingers, warrior two, deep breath. And exhale, slow cartwheel, left arm, right arm, pivot on the ball of the back foot. So here's where we're about to come into that big balance. And you have a few options of what you're gonna take. So bring the hands forward, scooch the leg forward. And then lift the back leg up. So we're all in in a supported warrior three. So this is a great spot to just hang out here. So you could have your hands on the blocks to bring the ground up, head in line with the heel. So that's a good option. Another option, if you wanted to hover the arms, like warrior three, practice that. If you want to come into balancing half moon, open the right hip, bring the left hand more in front of the face, bring the right hand to the hip. So you're opening your body to the side wall. And then maybe lift the right arm. And then we took a little different variation today. You could bend your knee, your top knee, point your toe, just like we did in that balancing table, and maybe catch the foot. If you were holding the foot, release it. Balancing half moon. Release back to supported warrior 3, so you drop the hip. And then step back to high lunge. Bend the left knee, ball of back foot finds the ground, arms lift high. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, swan dive over the leg. We're about to take our flow. So step back to plank or modified plank. Lower knees, chest and chin, or full vinyasa. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. And now we'll just hold for a few breaths in our down dog. And take another deep breath in. As you exhale this time, shift forward and drop your knees. Uncurl your toes. Sit back on your heels, knees either hip width or wide, arms extend. Palms could press together, elbows could bend, forearms could fall back to the head, or arms stay extended, or arms even come alongside the body, backs of hands to ground, palms open. Few breaths. Good. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Press into your hands. Roll up or lengthen up to sit on your heels. And then take one more high kneel. Lift the hips, lift your arms. And exhale, open the arms, touch your low back. Fingers down, elbows back. And then lift the chest up. Exhale, release the gaze back down. You can release the hands to tabletop. Walk them a little further forward of your shoulders and come to melt onto your belly. And just do a little work on our belly before we come onto our backs. Stack your palms or your fists, knees bend, toes up, and let the legs fall left to right. So we're starting to cool down or wind down. Okay. And then start to stir your shins one way. And start to stir the shins the other way. And then let your shins point up to the ceiling. Roll the ankles one way. Roll the ankles the other way. Let your legs come long on the mat. Bring your right knee out to half frog. Just bring it about hip height. 90-degree bend in the hip and the knee. Shin parallel with the long edge of the mat. Flatten out your hands. Either rest on the forehead or the left side of the face, or turn the head away on the right side of the face. So take a few breaths and maybe close your eyes if you haven't already. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release your bent leg down to meet the straight leg. Turn back onto your forehead to set up for the other side. Bring the left knee out to the side to half frog. Rest on your forehead or turn onto the right side of the head or even the left side of the face. Take a few breaths to rest. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, release that bent leg down to meet the straight leg. Take your hands back near your shoulders. Let's press back to one last child's pose. This time be in a little ball of a child's pose. So let the belly and the chest rest on the thighs, and maybe take the arms alongside the body. Let the backs of the hands touch the ground and hold. And then bring the hands back to the ground. Press into the hands to roll up, and we'll come to seated, so you can take your hips right off to the side. Swing your legs around to the front and scoot your body forward. So I'm going to take you into one last kind of more vigorous thing before we really rest. We'll have an option to take an inversion. So if you want to take a shoulder stand, you can do that now. If you want a more gentle inversion, go ahead and grab a block or something, and you'll be able to just let the legs rise. Instead of taking shoulder stand, you could rest your hips on this like a supported bridge and then lift the legs. So from here, we're going to start with some spinal rocking. So start by sitting on the sit bones. We can all do this. The toes are dropped. You'll either take cat and cow. So if you don't want to rock, you could have your feet to the ground and take some cat and cows. And if you want to rock, you're going to come with me. You're on the tips of the toes. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, roll back and inhale up. Oh, I forgot about my microphone. Exhale back. Inhale up. Again, exhale back. Inhale up, hold the top. This time you're going to come back and maybe catch your hips. So here we go. Rock back, catch your hips if you want. Knees towards forehead. Or extend the legs like a half shoulder stance. There's a 90-degree bend in the hips. Or let your legs lift all the way up. Now, if you don't want to take this full inversion, you guys that are in it, you're going to stay. If you don't want to take it, you could have your feet to the ground. If you have a block or something, you could put that underneath the hips and you could lift the legs. If you don't have a block, you could put your hands underneath your hips, your arms, your forearms underneath your hips, and lift the legs just to give you a little bit more elevation. Otherwise, we might still be in our shoulder stand, either half version with the bend in our hips or full version with hips straight. And you're breathing. Good. If you're still in shoulder stand, just put a bend in your hips and let the legs reach back to where the top of the wall meets the ceiling. So you come into that half shoulder stand variation where you're taking some of the weight of your hips into your hands. And then from here, bend your knees towards your forehead. If you're holding your hips, see if you could release them. If not, that's okay. And then roll down onto your back. And then when you get on your back, everybody take a big stretch. If you're ready, lengthen the legs forward, lengthen the arms behind, just stretch out. Gather your knees up into your body, hold the knees or the shins, or wrap the arms around the legs and take a rock. Place your hands on top of the knees and circle the knees one way to circle the sacrum, the low back down into the ground. And then start to circle the hips the other way. Good. And place your feet on the ground, knees up to the ceiling, arms alongside the body. From here, press into the arms, lift the hips, either a couple inches to bridge or all the way up thigh height to bridge. If you want to go a little deeper, roll one shoulder under, roll the other shoulder under, interlace your fingers, press your fists towards your heels, and lift your hips towards the sky. Good. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release the hands, lower the hips down. When you get there, just pause for a moment. Extend your left leg long. Hug your right knee into your belly. Hold the knee or the shin or interlace the fingers right above the shin and just take a little rock side to side, loosening up that hip. And then hugging the knee into the belly, go ahead and take a hold of the knee with the left hand, open the right arm to T, and guide that leg across the body. Look over the shoulder towards the right, away from the knee, and maybe close your eyes. And take a few breaths here. And then when you're ready, roll back onto your spine. You can place the foot down to the ground to shift the hips back if they came out of alignment, which is natural to happen. The right leg comes forward, the left knee comes in. So you'll just hug the left knee into the body and give that a little rock, side to side. And giving that leg a squeeze and towards the belly for a moment. And holding the left knee with the right hand, open the left arm to T, and then go ahead and roll into your twist. You can roll onto the right hip and just take that left leg across the body. And you could turn your head away from the knees. And you could prop that top bent leg up with a bolster or a blanket or anything if you'd like, or even bend the bottom leg underneath it if you'd rather. A few breaths. And let the head roll back through center, roll back onto your spine. Use that foot to press the ground away so you can shift the hips back. And let's just take one more big stretch out or another hug in. And then from here, just moving or not moving in any way you'd like as we prepare to set up for Shavasana. So if there's any closing postures or movement that you want, you could take that now. And if you're ready to rest, just let the arms come alongside the body. Let the backs of the hands touch the ground. Let your palms open up. Let the legs come long. Use any props that you want so you feel comfortable and supported in Shavasana. And then let your eyes close. Let your breath soften. Feel your body start to surrender and rest. Allowing the forehead to relax. Your eyes and jaw. Your collarbones and chest and heart. Arms long and relaxed all the way out to the tips of the fingers and thumbs. Legs long and relaxed all the way out to the soles of the feet and the tips of the toes. Feeling your upper body relaxed and your lower body relaxed. Letting the warmth and love and energy and compassion of your heart start to travel through your whole body, filling all the edges and corners of yourself with light, love, peace, compassion, and grace. Take just a couple moments here in stillness and silence to receive this rest and invite in whatever it is that you're seeking from today. And if you're practicing at home and you want to stay a little longer in Shavasana, feel free. And when you're ready, eventually start to deepen the breath, Taking in a longer, fuller, more complete inhale and exhale. Sending the breath to all those edges and corners of the body that might not normally receive it. Increasing prana, energy, vitality, life force within yourself. And then maybe wiggle the fingers at the toes to reconnect to movement. And eventually come onto either side to come into a fetal pose with the knees into the belly, the arms into the chest, and you'll just take a moment to rest there. Then pressing down into the ground, let yourself rise up to seated. And you can come into cross legs or any other variation of seated. Maybe let your eyes close again, bringing either the palms of the hands or the backs of the hands to the lap and sitting up tall. Finding that three-part Dirga breath again, taking a deep inhale through the nose. And full exhale. And then the next time that you breathe in, float the hands together to prayer position, Anjali Mudra, let the palms meet. As you exhale, bow your head to yourself, and we'll end together on the sound of Om, the sound of community, starting with a letting go breath. Take a deep breath in. Exhale a sigh. And we'll begin deep breath. As your head bows back to yourself, taking one last moment to honor the divinity and the light that shine within you. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you guys online for being here. Thank you, Mom, who's here in person for the first time. We have someone in the studio, so I'll see you guys again real soon. Thanks so much. Great.